Liam and Sarah had been searching for their dream home for months. The bustling noise of the city was wearing them down, and they longed for a peaceful escape where they could start a new chapter. That's when they found Ravenwood Manor. Nestled deep in the countryside, surrounded by towering oak trees and shrouded in mist, the Victorian estate was a sight to behold. Its intricate iron gates opened to a long cobblestone driveway that led to the grand house, standing tall and ominous against the backdrop of the forest. "This place is perfect," Sarah whispered, running her hand along the ornate banister of the grand staircase. Liam stood in awe, taking in the high ceilings, intricate woodwork, and the lingering scent of aged wood. The price was shockingly low for such an estate, but they couldn't resist. "We can restore it," Liam said confidently. "A little love, and it'll be perfect." But as they signed the papers, a chill filled the air. Neither of them noticed the shadow that flickered across the window, watching. The first few days passed without incident. Liam spent his time fixing loose floorboards and sealing cracks in the walls, while Sarah unpacked boxes and tried to make the house feel like home. But the house had other plans. It started with small things, doors that refused to stay closed, the faint scent of roses lingering in the air, even when none were present, cold drafts that swept through the hallways, chilling Sarah to the bone. "It's an old house," Liam reassured her. "It's bound to make some noise." But then the footsteps started. At first, Liam thought he was imagining it. 3:00 a.m. Soft, deliberate footsteps echoed from the hallway. Tap, tap, tap. Liam sat up, heart pounding, straining to listen. "Maybe Sarah's up," he muttered. But when he glanced beside him, she was sound asleep. The footsteps grew louder, closer. Liam grabbed a flashlight and crept toward the hallway. But the moment he stepped into the corridor, silence. The discovery came a week later, while fixing a loose floorboard in the basement. Liam's hammer hit something solid beneath the wood. He pried it open and found a dusty, leather-bound diary hidden between the cracks. "Property of Eleanor Ravenwood." The name was etched in faded gold letters. Liam brought the diary upstairs, curiosity gnawing at him. That night, while Sarah slept, Liam couldn't resist. "Let's see what secrets you're hiding," he murmured, flipping open the cover. Eleanor Ravenwood's words told a tragic story. In the early 1800s, Eleanor lived a life of luxury, married to a wealthy businessman named Thomas Ravenwood. But Thomas was not faithful. "He promised me forever." Eleanor's words bled with sorrow. As Liam read on, the entries grew darker. "He betrayed me, so I made him pay." Eleanor had discovered Thomas's infidelity and, consumed by rage, had turned to dark forces. "I bound him to this house." The chilling words echoed in Liam's mind. His soul trapped. Forever. Liam's hands trembled as he closed the diary. What the hell happened here? That night, Liam's sleep was restless. 3:15 a.m. A chill filled the room and Liam stirred awake. "Liam!" A faint whisper echoed through the room. Liam's eyes snapped open. "Yura," he whispered, turning toward her. But Sarah wasn't there. Panic surged through him. "Yura?" The whisper came again. "Downstairs." Liam's heart pounded as he crept down the stairs. "Yura?" Silence, but then a soft creak echoed from the basement. His stomach tightened. "Don't go down there!" his instinct screamed. But love pushed him forward. "Sarah?" Liam descended into the darkness. The air grew colder. And then he saw her, standing perfectly still, in the middle of the basement. Liam's breath caught in his throat. "Sarah?" She turned slowly. Her eyes weren't hers. They were hollow, empty. "She's here." Sarah's voice was barely a whisper. Liam stepped back. "Who's here?" "Eleanor." Liam's blood ran cold. Sarah's lips curled into a twisted smile. "She doesn't want us to leave." Terrified, Liam reached out to Father Matthews, an old family friend and priest who specialized in dealing with paranormal entities. When Father Matthews arrived, he took one look at Sarah and whispered, "This house is cursed. Can you help us?" Liam's voice trembled. "We have to confront her spirit, or she'll never let you go." Father Matthews set up a circle of salt and began preparations. "Eleanor won't leave easily," he warned. As darkness fell, Father Matthews lit candles around the salt circle and began the exorcism ritual. "Eleanor Ravenwood, release this house." The temperature dropped instantly. "She's angry," Sarah whispered. The lights flickered violently. The ground shook as Eleanor's presence filled the room. "She won't let go," Father Matthews murmured, beads of sweat forming on his brow. Suddenly, a shadow appeared behind Sarah. "Get away from her!" Liam shouted. But the entity lunged forward. Father Matthews threw holy water on the spirit. Eleanor's scream pierced the air, shaking the walls. "She's fighting it!" Liam cried, holding Sarah close. Sarah's body convulsed, her face twisted in agony. "Liam!" Her voice was barely a whisper. Liam's heart shattered. "Stay with me, love." Father Matthews raised his crucifix high. "In the name of the Lord, I command you to leave." Eleanor's form flickered violently. "This is my house!" The spirit's face twisted with rage. "You cannot banish me!" But Father Matthews didn't stop. "You are not welcome here!" The entity screamed, a deafening sound that shook the house. And then, silence. Eleanor's ghost faded away, her face contorted with sorrow and regret. "I just wanted to be loved." With one final sigh, she was gone. The air grew warmer. "It's over," Father Matthews whispered. Liam collapsed, holding Sarah close. "Are you okay?" Sarah's eyes fluttered open. "Liam." Days passed and the house grew quiet once more. Liam and Sarah packed their belongings, ready to leave Ravenwood Manor for good. "Let's never look back," Sarah whispered, gripping Liam's hand. As they stepped outside, a sense of relief washed over them. But as they reached the gate, a shadow moved. Liam glanced back. From the second-floor window, a figure watched them leave. As Liam and Sarah drove away, the wind whispered through the trees. "I'll be waiting." Liam's hands gripped the steering wheel tighter. "Did you hear that?" Sarah asked softly. Liam swallowed hard, forcing a smile. "It's just the wind." But deep down, he knew it wasn't over.